tips and tricks for yoga at home. So here you are, you're practicing yoga, you've got a regular practice, and the videos are guiding you through, but you haven't got your teacher to tell you, hey, step that foot forward. And every time you bring your foot forward from downward facing dog, it reaches about halfway down the mat. So here's a tip on how to go from downward facing dog to having your foot right in line with your fingertips in the lunge position, Anjaneyasana. Start with your hands shoulder width apart. Fingers spread apart, nice and wide, indexes and thumbs always pressing down. Downward facing dog, tuck your toes in, raising the hips up, pressing with your hands to really point those hips towards the ceiling. And then as you fire up your quads, you're bringing your heels down and keeping the shoulders melting down. So keeping the shoulders opening up towards the floor, keeping the hips moving up towards the sky, keeping the quads fired up and bringing the heels down. Now here's where you run into some trouble. You raise your right leg up, you want to step it forward, and you get about halfway and you're done. So you got to go fish every time. Bring your foot forward, right? Either that, or your foot doesn't quite make it forward, and then when you move up into a lunge pose, well, you end up with your right knee a little too far forward. That is, your right foot's too far back. So what are we going to do here? We're going to have some pressure on the right knee. That's going to create some malaise, and eventually, actually, you might run into some trouble by creating too much pressure on your knee. And of course, your center of gravity is too high this way. So you lower your center of gravity when you're stacking your heel with your knee. And then you're super solid, super strong. So here's what we're going to do. Downward facing dog. Now in downward facing dog, when you move your right foot forward, what gets in the way is your knee can't make it far enough. So your knee gets bumping up against your chest. So we're going to move our chest forward. That's going to allow the foot to move forward some more, isn't it? Yes, it will. That said, you might still have a hard time with that. So I'm going to show you how to be absolutely sure you can get your foot forward. So first start with the heels moving forward. And that's going to throw your shoulders forward. And as your shoulders go forward more, you get more room to bring your knee up towards your chest and your foot forward. So start with the heels and raise your hips, thrust your shoulders forward, create some space, and then you can bring your knee up, foot forward. Now you notice I'm raising my hand because you're going to get a lot more room. So that's the other thing you can do. Raise your palm up a little bit. It's all right. Is it cheating? A little bit. And that's the tip. Raise your hand up if you can get it up without. So perhaps if you're flexible like me, if you've been doing this a while, then you don't need this tip. And you can get your foot up without raising your palm. If you cannot, raise your palm a little bit so you can get that low center of gravity and line up your heel just under your knee. So that's my tip for going from downward facing dog to Anjaneyasana and stacking up your heel with your knee for a nice strong foundation. Hope you found that useful. Leave me some comments, and if you have some suggestions of something you'd like me to demonstrate, I'd be happy to do it for you. Keep well, keep practicing. Namaste.